Hello guys and welcome to my channel. My name is Amaneli Ellen if you haven't been here before. So today we're asking Spirit, what has you frozen, or what aspect of your life is frozen? Where can you make a change to get yourself out of this potentially stagnant moment or situation? So yeah, I'm very interested to see what happens. So we're all gonna look at some of your main character energy, so let's do this. So here I have for you a pile of 1, and for pile 1 we have this crystally diamondy shaped stone. It's obviously just a decorative stone. So for pile 2 we have this little, sorry if you can't see it, snowflake, the different colors and such. Don't know if I set up the brightness on my light here. Oh, that's not brighter, that's dimmer. Okay, that seems a bit better. And then lastly we have this little hairpin. So if you're ready, you can find your timestamps in the description below for each pile, and I'll see you there. Hello pile 1, if you chose this fancy ass object, this is gonna be your reading. So we're gonna keep this card until the last part of your reading. We're gonna start with some tarot to see what part of your life is frozen, or what part of your life is stagnant at the moment. We're gonna get 3 tarot cards to see where your life may be frozen at the moment. And oh, okay, we've got 1. We've got Temperance. Okay, where is your life frozen at the moment? Where is pile 1's life frozen at the moment, Spirit? How can I help to shed some light on this aspect? We need 2 more cards, please. 2 more cards for pile 1. Why is their life frozen? In what aspect? We have the 6 of Cups and the Knight of Swords in reverse. Alright, bottom deck energy is the 3 of Swords in reverse. So the 3 of Swords in reverse definitely gives me the idea that your life may be stagnant because there's been some sort of heartbreak. Now this doesn't have to be a romantic heartbreak, but when heartbreak occurs, we're often called to evaluate our life a little bit, because heartbreak often has a way of making us change and reevaluate things in our life in order to not experience the same type of pain again. But this definitely makes me feel like this is not a mistake you're wanting to make again, which is why the 3 of Swords is in reverse. And there's an ant. I'm just gonna leave him there. Maybe he brings you good luck for your reading. So what I'm thinking here is that there's not a balance between give and take. There's not a balance between the give and take in relationships with you. This isn't a relationship reading, but I'm getting relationships vibes. So I would say where your life is frozen at the moment is in a place where you need to evaluate the balance between give and take. Maybe you had to go through this healing process because in the last relationship you had, whether it was a friendship or romantic relationships, family relationship, I definitely feel as if you couldn't balance give and take. Maybe you gave too much and that's why you ended up getting hurt. Or maybe you expected too much and that's why you ended up separated from the situation. So that's very interesting. So the aspect of your life that I feel most strongly from these cards is frozen is your balance between give and take. And if you don't have a balance between give and take, this is a scenario that's going to keep repeating itself in all your future relationships, because even at work, when you're always creating this expectation that you'll be the expectation, that you'll be available, people can always also easily imbalance give and take in work scenarios as well. So this could really relate to any aspect of your life where there is an imbalance. Okay, let's get you an oracle card here to see if we can get a little bit more information. What aspect of your life is frozen? That might be interesting. Or how could you start, thawing this scenario? Let's see here. Sorry, guys. We are gonna get one oracle card. Okay. We have igniting courage. I'm strong, valiant, and courageous. Now, I find that I'm the type of person that often has this problem with give and take because I give too much. And I think that you may be in the same scenario. So having courage and saying no and setting boundaries is very important, because you can't, it's the wrong way around. You can't move forward with a relationship or a work scenario or something if you keep being pulled into the same direction where you are doing too much and the other person is doing nothing, but nothing's said about it, because you will always remain the giver. You'll always remain the giver if you don't set boundaries. And setting boundaries isn't easy, especially if we've created the expectation for other people that we're always willing to give. But nobody can tell you not to set boundaries. If you tell someone, if you're used to helping someone at work and they ask you, listen, can you maybe do those reports for me this weekend? I have to go out with my family and stuff. And in a scenario where you would have said yes and you say, oh, sorry, dude, I'm busy this weekend. What can they say? They can only have a few options. Firstly, be mad, which is immature and doesn't reflect badly on you, and also speaks of their character, so you actually learn a lot with that one scenario. Secondly, they could accept it and just be one of those people, which I haven't seen a lot of, or they could just act desperately and ask you, please. And the more you say no and the more they ask, the more they'll be the one who is not respecting your boundary that you've set, because the first no should be the only no you have to give. Okay, so let's get a chakra wisdom card. Let's get a chakra wisdom card for you to get us an idea of what you should maybe focus on in terms of your energy body. Why is it this way around? Oh my gosh, they're facing the wrong ways. Okay. What should you be focusing on in terms of your energy body? What is it that... that's too many. We need one. What is it that Spirit wants you to know about your energy body, and advice they may have for you on how to handle these scenarios, maybe? We'll see what comes through. This one wants to come out. Okay. We have 5th chakra, throat chakra, truthfulness. I'm truthful and honest with myself. I aim to overcome any fears about speaking my truth, and I speak in a loving, considerate way. My personal empowerment comes from telling the truth and letting others know who I am. Others will be positively uplifted when they hear my truth, and I take care not to exaggerate in order to impress them. I'm careful not to let my mind mislead me and in turn others. I avoid gossiping or speaking negatively of others. So this is once again just telling you that you should absolutely speak your truth. You should absolutely set those boundaries, because no one can tell you not to set boundaries. And this is not about ignoring requests from others, but this is about balancing give and take. If someone, for example, asked you at work, I don't know why I keep coming back to work, it just seems something might be a scenario someone's in, I don't know. If someone at work keeps coming back to you and keep asking you every weekend, will you work for them or will you cover for them or whatever, you know, you don't have to say no 4 out of 4 times, but 3 out of 4 times saying no and, you know, helping them 1 weekend out of a month or something, if that's something that you still want to do, I don't see the harm in that. But 4 out of 4 weekends, 3 out of 4 weekends, or 2 out of 4 weekends, those are too much. Even 2 is too much, because then it's already 2 times a month. So half of your weekends you're then sacrificing for this person or this request. So I definitely think balancing relaxation and helping others is also a theme here. So let's see here. We're gonna get you another... No, we don't have to get another oracle card. We're gonna get you 2 of these little dudes to give us maybe any more details or insights. Oh, okay, you just... Okay, there's 2. They're very good. Very good. Very nice. Okay, we have the kitchen upright. So this is speaking to me of maybe a family scenario where someone is also taking advantage of your kindness because you're family and you have to help them. The fact of the matter is, you're not forced to do anything. Yes, we're more inclined to help our family, but simply because they're blood related doesn't mean that they're able to force us to do things or set expectations on us that we don't want to have for ourselves, you know. And the whole is making me think that this is actually maybe this doesn't have your life frozen per se, but it does. It creates a lot of areas in your life where you... Sorry, I was just trying to word the message that I'm getting. This creates a lot of almost negative space in your life where it doesn't seem to be infringing as much on your time as it infringes on your energy. That's how I'm feeling. So this, you might have the time to help these people, but not the energy. And that's almost even more important, you know? So I think that was very interesting, actually. Okay, let's get your last card. Your last card. Your last card, and your last card is number 5. This is again to me 5 and 5 equals 10, and this is talking about balance again to me with temperance. So again, balancing those boundaries you create, balancing your time, your energy, because at the end of the day, if you give everything of yourself away, how are you going to achieve your own goals? How are you going to look after yourself if you give everything away to others, you know? And it's like, if you go to... It's almost like making a donation, you know, an energetic donation, because you can donate 20% of your energy to help someone, and then you feel good because you've helped someone, you've given them, you've been of service to someone. But then if it exceeds a certain amount, you are exhausted, you know, because you just gave too much. And you have to start recognizing when that happens, so you know what your limits are. Maybe you don't even know what your energetic limits are in giving to others. So okay, and Anna also looks very... Anna, I don't know. Anyway, I don't know how to pronounce it. She also looks very, almost like, with her one eyebrow ratio, she looks almost suspicious. So I'm thinking there may be a specific person that you have questioned this about in your life, but they've always made it seem like it's, you know, in your best interest to help them. But maybe she's asking, you know, is it really in your best interest? Is this energy not better suited in another area of my life? Why am I helping this person? So I think this card is calling me to ask you to ask yourself, why am I helping this person, you know? If you're helping someone just to help them, okay, cool and everything. But if you walk out of the scenario feeling more drained than satisfied with helping them, then I think that's something that you need to maybe explore in your life. So lastly, we are gonna... I almost knocked my candle over. We are gonna get some... Sorry, I just need to move these things so this grid fits on the table, because we are going to get some charms for you as a last little bit of advice. Not advice per se, but a last bit of some tidbits. Shall we say it like that? Okay. Firstly, I'm going to get your numbers. So these might be numbers that are important to you or lucky to you. Or maybe, there's letters as well. Numbers and letters. So this might be important to you for the next time being. Or maybe it's something that just will resonate with you in terms of this reading. So let's see. We're going to get a few numbers for you. Oh, that's a lot. We'll take them all. We'll take the lot. We have a W. We have B. We have D. We have R. We have H. We have U. We have P. And for your numbers, we have 2, 8, and 9 or 6, because the numbers in this set look the same either way around. So yeah, those are your letters. Okay. I'm seeing Bud. So maybe someone's always coming up to you and being like, "Hey, Bud, could you help me out with this?" And you're like, "I guess we're friends, I gotta help them." But that's not the case. You can be friends with someone without having to help them, and if the scenario turns out that that's not possible, then that person is not worthy of being friends with. Okay, so that's all I'm seeing with your letters and your numbers. Okay, so we're gonna get some charms. So we're gonna get some charms for you for your reading. And see if there's anything you maybe are being called to look at. Or spirits. Okay, let's get some. I'm just trying to get a good grip on a bunch of them. Okay. And see. Probably isn't the best bowl for this. Okay, we got a bunch. Okay, man, you also got Merida, so I'm just gonna put that up there. Okay. This is again talking about the courage to me, igniting courage, brave. So they're telling you, be brave to set boundaries, man. You're allowed to set boundaries. It's part of the human, experience, the human social experience. So in the 4th house, home, family, and surroundings, you have the flower, and this flower always makes me think of the sun and of growth and of happiness. So I'm thinking that setting boundaries with your family specifically may bring you more happiness, because sometimes family members can easily take advantage of us, as we've, talked about before, because of the fact that, your family, so they kind of sometimes expect certain things from you, which may not always be possible. Okay, so then here we have this little mushroom. Oh, this makes me think of the inner child, and this was at the 9th house, so I'm thinking that maybe this is talking about your inner child. So maybe they're telling you to have more fun in these times where you've now set boundaries, because maybe you're not really having fun because of the fact that you're always giving your time to others. It's very necessary for us as humans to relax, especially in work scenarios, Then you have Ariel in the 10th house, as well as this button, as well as this ring. So let's look at them here. Let's see them. So I'm thinking with these 3 items, this again speaks to me of the inner child to a certain extent. With this, I'm thinking that your social life will start shining once you've revealed your boundaries to your friends who may be taking advantage of you, because this may reveal to you friends that you thought, they're fair weather friends, you know, and this is telling me if once these fair weather friends have been, you know, dug out, or what do you call it, unmasked, shall we say, maybe, that they will, your social life will shine brighter for that, you know. With this button, this is definitely giving me more work vibes, because this is, I didn't even lift up any of your charms to the camera. This is definitely giving me work vibes, so definitely maybe someone at work or in a professional scenario is giving you grief. Once again, this unicorn is making me think of the inner child, so we have this in your 11th house, and I feel like they're really calling you to just have fun, you know, because you have inner child, inner child, inner child. This is brave, but I mean also inner child, and with honor here, you're definitely being called to have fun. So maybe you are really, you know, limiting your fun because of the scenario where you constantly have to be of service to a specific person. Maybe you're a bunch of people, maybe you work in a team at work, and this is a constant scenario, so they may be lighting, you know, shedding light on that for you. And lastly, we have love in your 12th and your first house. So I'm feeling your guides are telling you that they're with you. They're telling you that you will, you know, accomplish setting these boundaries with love. And you need to, setting boundaries is a form of self-love, which I think is what this truly is trying to say. You know, sometimes we think that setting boundaries is something else, but the fact is it's actually a very obvious form of self-love, because without boundaries will often be taken advantage of, because without boundaries there's no end, there's no, you know. So that's what I got for you, Pile 1. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this reading, you're welcome to subscribe. Let me know what you thought in the comments below if you feel like doing that, and I hope you have an amazing afternoon, evening, morning, whatever time it is. Bye bye. Hello, Pile 2s. If you chose this little snowflake, here we go. This is gonna be your reading. So today we're asking, what has you frozen? What has a part of your life stagnant? Or maybe even we'll find out what part of your life it is that is currently frozen, or why aren't you moving forward in your personal life, or maybe even in your personal development. So we're going to look at this card last. We're going to start with your tarot. We'll get 3 cards and we'll see what they tell us. What can they tell us about this scenario where you're frozen, you know? We need 3 cards for pile 1, please. 3 cards for pile 1, please. Why are they frozen? What aspect of their life is maybe frozen? Could you give us any information at all about this? About pile 1's... Oh, sorry, pile 2's potential scenario. We need 3 cards for pile 2's scenario to see what is the gist of it. What caused the Ice Age, man? What caused the Ice Age of personal development? We have one that wants to come out here. You have... the 9 of Wands. We have the 9 of Wands, okay? And the 9 of Wands, we need 2 more, please, Spirit. 2 more cards, please, Spirit. We need 2 more cards for pile 2. 2 more cards for pile 2, please, Spirit. 2 more cards for pile 2. 2 more cards for pile 2, please, Spirit. We require 2 more cards for pile... Sorry. Require 2 more cards for pile 2. Being quite stubborn. That's alright. That's alright. We're looking for 2 cards for pile 2. 2 more cards for pile 2, please. 2 more cards for this one. Wanted to come out. We have the Empress. And we need 1 more card for pile 2, please. Okay. We've got too many, but I'm going to take the first one that flipped over, which was the Queen of Cups. I'll put the others back in the deck, and your bottom deck energy is the 5 of Cups in reverse. Okay, I'm going to put this dude up here. Okay, let's see here. Maybe you're not letting people into your life. Maybe you need to be a little more open. I feel like you have worked very hard to guard your heart because you have worked on yourself. You have definitely made personal progress, and maybe you're not ready. Maybe you're not ready for people to get into your emotions again. Maybe you're not ready to be friends with anyone or go into a relationship because of the work that you've put in, and you're not ready for people to see the emotional or deeper side of you yet. Maybe you're even afraid of your emotions still. Maybe you've worked on yourself in terms of your physical appearance and in terms of certain aspects of your life, but maybe you haven't worked on your emotions, and this frightens you. It frightens you to let people in to your new essence. Definitely sensing that you know what you're looking for. You know what you're looking for. You know what you're looking for. You know who you're looking for to enter your life. You have an idea of the type of people that you would like to engage with because you've done this personal work. But your emotions are still very fragile. And you're not ready to open up emotionally. Why aren't they ready? Let's get an oracle card and we'll see if they can shed a little bit more light on your scenario. Okay. Trusting your intuition. My life is truly guided. So with this card, I feel like you're maybe making an intuitive decision to be in this energy of mistrust almost. It's almost like you mistrust people on the outside. You mistrust others on the you mistrust people on the outside because you are so afraid that the inner work that you've done will be compromised if any social scenario. I almost feel like you feel like any social scenario, especially emotions, things that might trigger emotions, will soil your progress. And at the end of the day, one has to realize that progress isn't only about the positive influences. You can make all the personal progress you want and you can do all the self-development you want, but negativity and unfortunate circumstances and people maybe that you thought you could trust but can't, or people that just don't suit you, all those things need to be discovered. Those aren't things that you'll just be able to, cut out of your life by just knowing what you want, because people are more complex, you might know who you are and know what you want, but at the end of the day, if you're looking for something too specific, you'll end up being disappointed with everything because nothing is exactly what you want it to be. And that's just not something that's possible. All humans have their flaws, and if you're looking at a human to let into your life, you have to be willing to live with the flaws as well. Obviously, the good should outweigh the negative, but it's almost like Spirit is telling you, choose the flaws in others that you are willing to tolerate. Because there are going to be flaws. There are going to be things about people that you let into your life that you don't like. It's not something that you can avoid completely. Okay, so let's see. What does your chakra wisdom card say in terms of the rest of your reading? What would Spirit like to add to this in terms of how you may need to a perspective you may need to consider. A perspective you may need to consider in terms of the scenario. Okay, this one wanted to come out. Okay, oh, this is quite interesting. 7th chakra, crown chakra. One with all. I feel the divine force flowing through me. I honor this and I know that it flows through all. I am calm in knowing that I'm one with all, and I contemplate and meditate on this fact. I regularly remind myself that we are all from the same source and that we are all on a journey as spiritual beings, experiencing this physical existence. I'm aware that I have a choice as to how I respond to what is happening in my life. My responses have an enormous effect on my spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical well-being. So I feel like this card definitely highlights the fact that you'll never be completely ready to open yourself up to people without getting hurt, because as humans, our emotions are going to be there for the rest of our lives. At some point during your lifetime, you're going to have to deal with uncomfortable emotions, but never letting them in is not getting the practice to deal with them. You may be lucky to meet some amazing people who don't, affect your emotions in a negative way for a while, but there will be people who do. And this is not something you can run away from. This is something that you're going to have to be open to, and maybe this is also calling for you to step into your power in terms of knowing that this is also a route of personal development. Guarding yourself against others, but guarding yourself openly against others by knowing, You can't guard yourself against something that you don't know, and we like to think we know other humans, but we don't know other humans. We don't know someone who we haven't met yet. We don't know someone we've just met. Sometimes we rarely know someone we've known for years, or we thought we knew, So this is saying there's so much more to discover, and you're closing yourself off to it. Don't close yourself off to the discovery of other humans, or to let other humans into your life, because at the end of the day, as this card says, we are one with all, we're one consciousness. Okay, so this is saying you're cutting off a large flow towards your personal development by trying to do this all on your own. Personal development is gained in various ways, but the development you go through on your own and the development that others help you through, or the perspectives that others shed in terms of personal development, is something you can't do on your own. You can't get that on your own because you're one human, So I'm gonna get two of these guys before we see what your frozen card was. Oh, this one wants to come out. We have green. Green with envy. Maybe you're envious of people, or often people who don't let others in feel a sense of, with the Empress here, I'm definitely getting the fact that you're not feeling that you're not good enough. Maybe this is what you're struggling with. Maybe the Queen of Cups is alerting us to the fact that you don't want to let a new relationship, partnership, situationship, whatever, into your life because you're a very jealous person. And maybe this jealousy is exactly what you need to work on. Maybe they're telling you to work on this aspect of yourself that may be what causes you to, at the end of the day, experience such turmoil. So let's see, we need one more card. Why is this wrong way around? We need one more card for pile. One more card for pile 2. Let's see here. One more card for our pile 2 family. Oh, we have this. Mustard. Driven by honor and duty, this talented sportsman. Driven by honor and duty, this talented sportsman takes charge and gets the job done. He's not the most imaginative problem solver, though. He prefers brawn over brains. Okay. I'm thinking with this card that maybe this again is telling me you're not in your emotions. I feel like you're trying to power through social scenarios instead of flowing through them. Because you feel like if you control a social scenario, then it can hurt you. But the fact of the matter is you're never really in control of anyone's social scenario. Because if there's, every person in a social scenario has the same amount of control. If I'm talking to another person, then I have 50% of control in the scenario. If I'm talking to two other people, we all have a 33% control in the scenario, because every human has the right amount of this equal amount of influence in any conversation, I feel. We're not talking about who the person is or what they earn or whatever. I'm just talking about on a basic conversational level. If there are 3 of us, then each of us has 33.3 or whatever percent control over that scenario, because we all have the ability to say something, you know? So we're gonna finally see what your frozen card was. And oh, you have Anna and the King. Anna and the King. Wasn't that a movie or something? Anyway, so this is definitely talking to me about stepping into your power, and with the air surrounding her, I'm feeling that they're saying, this is actually quite a nice card. I'm feeling that they're saying that you should float through life, and that's also a form of power. Bulldozing through life to not get hurt is a different form of power than floating through life. You can bulldoze through obstacles, but at the end of the day, that obstacle will probably end up hurting you because you ran headfirst at it. But they're saying float through social obstacles. If you float over an obstacle, you don't get hurt at all. You don't even have to engage with the obstacle, you know? But they're saying engage, but don't control, you know? You don't have to control the scenario. And if you already feel the need to control the scenario, then that's obviously something that you need to look at. So maybe that's something that they're trying to give you some insight on as well. So we're gonna move, there we go, we're gonna move these cards back so we can get your charms and see if your charms maybe give you a little bit of an extra idea of, why did I always open this thing the wrong side around? Give you a bit of an idea of what you might, there's a little bit extra information, Okay, so we've got your letters and numbers. Let's see what comes out for you with the letters and numbers. It might just resonate with you, Why am I moving my camera? Sorry, it might just resonate with you. So here we have that. Okay, so we have V, A, M, T, Q, 3. I'm seeing QD. Maybe you're a cutie. I'm seeing that as in you keep your emotions bottled up. That's the only things that are really resonating with me with the letters and your number. So let's get some charms and see what other information Spirit has for you in terms of your, current energy. So let's see here. We're gonna get some charms for you to see what your current energy is like. I'm so sorry. Oh, God. Let's see what they want to show you. Okay. I really need to get a bigger bowl for that because that is not working for me. I'm so sorry if that was loud. Okay, I got 2 hearts. Today is the day. Fun. Don't wait till tomorrow to have a nice conversation that doesn't frighten you, Don't wait till tomorrow to connect with someone. For some reason, your pile makes me feel like you're very disconnected at the moment. The duck makes me think of inner child. So maybe you will actually have more fun in social scenarios or events than you think you might. Maybe someone invited you to a birthday or something and you hated it, the thought of going, but you end up having an amazing time because you gave it a chance, type of thing, So we have 2 rings here, and the way they landed on each other was quite interesting. And this is talking to me about, I'm hearing you think it's nuts to be social. Are you this much? Are you this frightened, Are you? Well, this isn't a nut, it's a bolt, but I mean, a bolt without a nut has no purpose, you know? So maybe they're telling you you're worthy on your own, but, you know, a lone human often isn't the best idea in this developed world. Anyway, then the rings just make a commitment, man. Even a small commitment. Commit to going to someone's birthday party, maybe, or start small. Start with small commitments and go bigger if necessary, you know. Then we have this button, which makes me think of a grandma. Maybe you need to spend some time with your grandma, or ask. Maybe with your green card, not green card, your card that you got that said green. I feel like maybe if you're jealous or you have problems with jealousy, maybe an older member of your family could give you some advice about this if you just ask them. Nobody likes to admit that they're a jealous person, you know, but a lot of people have that. I have it as well. It's a very natural thing for humans to have, because we like to protect what's ours, and our self-esteem is ours. So if something, you know, hurts your self-esteem, you're obviously going to get defensive, and you are going to get jealous if that is something that infringes on, you know, a friendship, relationship, whatever. Okay, so we have the little pumpkin. This is also talking to me about inner child, because I'm thinking of kids trick-or-treating. So, birthday, an event, maybe Halloween. Maybe someone's already invited you to a Halloween party and you are considering saying no, because you don't really know if you want to go, and you are, you know, just on the fence. Okay, and then with your last one you have a heart. And you kind of got that in the same, you got this ring and this heart in the same place that the previous group got, which is very strange. So the heart, again, on this first house, makes me think of self-love. Makes me think of self-love. It makes me think of socially nurture, and how that you know, relates to your reading. Means that social nurturing and is also a form of self-love, because loneliness breeds sadness very easily. And if you're so afraid to be social that you become alone, you're not loving yourself, because someone who loves themselves would interact socially with others, and they'll find people. You'll find people who you get along with. Even though it might be difficult for you because you have an extremely specific type of personality. You will find someone who likes you for you and will be, grateful to be in your company. But you gotta love yourself first by taking the step. Today is the day. Take the step. Say yes to the event. Say yes to the party, to the coffee meetup, whatever is safest in this time of, pressure we're in. Whatever's safest in your country and what you feel comfortable with, say yes to it, because this reading is just giving me the vibe that you need some social nurturing, and your personal growth will absolutely be, you're really going to step into your power once you integrate social advice into your life. And keep in mind that as someone who I'm getting the feeling likes to learn and likes to work on themselves, you'll appreciate the value that mentorship can give you. But mentors are only going to be something you're going to discover if you put yourself out there and if you do things and potentially meet new people, because the universe crafts scenarios for our development all the time. But if you're going to sit inside your house, you're only going to be able to develop with yourself, and that limits you extremely, So I'm very glad you joined me. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was insightful. And if there's something you maybe resonated with, or something that you found interesting, you're welcome to comment below. If you are keen to see more readings like it, you're welcome to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for joining me here. Bye bye. Hello Ball 3, if you chose this snowflake style hair clip, this is going to be hair comb, I guess. This is going to be your reading, so we're going to look at your frozen card last. But firstly, we're going to get some tarot, and we're going to see what the tarot says about your current scenario. What currently has your life frozen, man? What is currently keeping your life from moving forward, or an aspect of your life? Okay, we have the Page of Wands. He wanted to come out very dearly. We need 2 more cards. What's currently keeping pile three's life frozen? What aspect of their life may be frozen, or where do they need to focus on thawing a scenario in their life that's keeping their personal development, static? Let's see here. We need 2 more cards for pile. 2 more cards for pile. Ooh. You have the Page of Swords in reverse. This is very interesting. Okay. Okay, we need 1 more card. If you get another page, I'm done. If you get another page, I'm done. Okay, let's get another card for pile number 3. Let's get up another card for pile 3, please. What area of their life is frozen? Okay. We have 3 cards for pile 3, and okay, wait. We got. And then your bottom deck energy, okay, you got the Page of Wands, the Page of Swords. You got the 7 of Pentacles, and here you have the 10 of Wands. So, let's see here. I feel like you're thinking with your heart and not with your head most times. I feel like you may have plans. You may have plans that you want to achieve, but you're not thinking practically enough about them. You're not thinking practically enough about your plans because, there's a lot of, not a long process, but there is a process where a plan's come into reality because it's first, it's a thought that's the catalyst for the plan, and then we have the process where you start forming the plan in your head, like almost the dream, and then you start bringing it into the practical. But I feel like you're kind of trying to skip the efforts of bringing it into the practical and just almost trying to wish it into to reality. But I always feel like Spirit honestly gives us the tools. Spirit always gives us the tools. We just need to be willing to put in the work for what we want, So Spirit's saying, cool, I'll help you, but you're going to have to, put in the work as well. And I feel like maybe you're thinking that it'd be too much work. Maybe it's going to be too much, take too much responsibility. Maybe this is something you're still considering. I'm also... I didn't feel this with the other piles, but I feel like I need to get clarifying tarot cards for you guys, because I'm not feeling like I'm getting the full picture here. I feel like I'm getting half the picture here. And that's not working. Okay, you got the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Definitely no practical grounding at all. No practical grounding at all. Maybe you're definitely feeling like this is a bit overwhelming, your plan. Maybe you think you're dreaming too big. Maybe you think you're dreaming too big and you're not sure if this plan is going to come into reality or can even come into reality. Maybe you don't even know what work it is that you need to put in yet, but I'm definitely feeling that this is coming from a place of passion, this idea. So Spirit's saying if this idea is coming from a place of passion, you're going to need to be practical about it as well, because at the end of the day, you're trying to manifest it into this world, which is a practically based world, 3D world. Okay, so we're looking for more clarification on this situation. Why are pile 3 so floaty? Why are they frightened of moving on with the scenario? What is it? Do they think it's going to be too much work? Do they think this is unattainable, Is this too big of a dream? Okay, we have the Lovers in reverse. So maybe you don't want to ask for help from others. You kind of want to do everything alone. And maybe that's why this is being held off, because you need the help of others for something. This one wanted to come out. Okay. We have the 8 of Cups in reverse. I'm thinking that this is not a plan that you're going to let go. This is not a plan you're going to let go, because this is a plan that ignites some kind of spark in you. Maybe it's a download you got, a message you got, some kind of idea. But there's a lack of work ethic for this plan, because partly it's going to be a big responsibility, and partly you're going to need help from others, and maybe you don't know who to ask. You don't know who to ask to help with this. Maybe it's something that you think people will think is weird. Maybe you think, why would anyone want to help me with my plans? Maybe it's something like that, Maybe you're having a little bit of doubt as to why someone would want to help you with your plans. So let's get 2 of these cards, these little dudes, and see what they say. See what they say about this. Why doesn't group 3 want to ask for help? Why don't they want to ask for help, Spirit? Why does group 3 not want to ask for help? Why are they trying to Mad Max their way out of this alone? You don't want someone to be tied up in your responsibilities. So it's almost like you feel guilty for asking. You feel guilty for asking someone to help you, but why are they feeling guilty for asking someone to help them? Very interesting. Oh, that's too many. We will take this one. Maybe you're feeling like they're not gonna get it. They're feeling like they maybe not gonna get the idea you have behind this, or you feel like they're not gonna understand why you want to do this. It's difficult to explain. It's difficult. Maybe it's a difficult idea to explain, and you see the logic behind it, but someone else may not, and you don't know how to articulate it to them, so they'll help you with it. Without it, you don't have. This is a plan that you have a lot of. It's almost like you have a lot of hope for this plan, but no faith in it. You know what I'm saying? Like you're dreaming big, but also, already thinking of what could go wrong. And this is probably why you don't want to ask someone, because maybe the thought of what might go wrong is what's, keeping you frozen, because there's a lot of things actually keeping you tethered here. We're getting that it's a maybe a big responsibility that may be keeping you frozen. We're getting that you have to ask someone for help, and you're not willing, or you don't want someone else to help you. That may be keeping you frozen. So we've actually got 2 things for you. Maybe there is 2 different things that 2 different people need to hear. Who knows? So this will want to come out. Excuse me. We've got receiving from angels. I get this one a lot. Shimmering wings of angels embrace me with love. So I think this is always just Spirit's way of reminding us that our goals with good intentions are always divinely protected. If you have a goal or a plan or an ambition with good intentions, there'll always be some guidance or help from Spirit. Maybe they'll even give you some kind of sign as to who it is that you can have in your life to ask for this help. Oh, that's too many. We're gonna get a chakra wisdom card for you to see what extra information Spirit might have for you in terms of this scenario. Let's see what they say. Let's see what they say about your scenario, and maybe some advice in terms of how you can approach this as to thaw this aspect of your scenario. Sorry for saying so much. I don't know what happened. Okay. We have 4th chakra, heart chakra. Sorry, I'm a bit OCD when it comes to my table. 4th chakra, heart chakra. I will meditate and be peaceful and calm in my interactions with others and the world. Peacefulness comes in me, giving up the love of power for the power of love. I invite peace to be a part of my life, and I make time to experience my own inner stillness daily. I continually develop an inner sense of calm and trust that everything will be alright. Feeling good about myself will help bring peace into my life. So I feel like they're once again just accentuating that you need to have faith in your plans. Because if a plan makes you feel passionate, then obviously there's something there, and they're saying have faith in your plans. Have faith in your plans, They're definitely saying that you need to have faith in your plans, and you definitely need to, go for it. Have hope in the plan, but also have faith, you know, that your plans will work out. Have faith that Spirit will show you who you can ask to help. And you know, sometimes people are very unlikely. Sometimes you'll maybe think that you can't ask someone for help about something specific, or you know, with this, for example, an example from a personal experience with the starting with tarot. It's not something that my family's used to, and a lot of them are very cautious about it, but I did ask members of my family if they you know, wanted to help me with it, wanted to, you know, help me learn and stuff, and they did, and I was very surprised. And my point is just that sometimes your help comes from unexpected sources, but you're not going to get a yes if you don't ask. There's nothing wrong with getting a no, but you're not going to know if you don't ask, you know? So Spirit's saying, ask someone to help you. If they say no, they say no. You didn't lose anything, just a few moments of breath, big deal. The fact of the matter is, don't be afraid to ask, because this may be a big dream and you may need help with it, and there's nothing wrong with needing help with it. There's nothing wrong with needing help with something that's going to take a lot of responsibility. But ask, you know? Someone might even just, you know, love it and say yes. There's always that chance, but you're not going to know if you don't ask. So, your frozen card. We have Olaf. My name is Olaf, and I like warm hugs. That's always what I hear when I see him. So this is just making me think that Spirit is with you, man. Spirit is telling you, we're here with you, you know? We're supporting you, don't... And Olaf especially is a very, very supporting character. So I feel... He's also telling you almost to have more faith than is logical. Because... I'm thinking of that song, In Summer, and everything is like amazing for him in summer, but he's gonna, you know, fucking melt. Because I feel like Spirit is almost saying that you need to have that level of faith, that level of hope that your plan will work out, that level of optimism. Like Olaf would, what would Olaf do, man? Olaf would be like, hey, you want to help me with this plan? I want to build like I want to build like, you know, a windmill, a snow windmill. And everyone would be like, why would you, that's not going to be functional, why would you want to, I think it'd be cool, man. And everyone would be like, but Olaf, and he'd just be like, man, I don't care, it's going to be fun. And at the end of the day, everyone have more fun than they even thought they would, despite this ridiculously silly idea. And that's not saying your idea is silly, but you get the point I'm trying to say, you know. Anything that's filled with good intentions and an essence, a spark, is worthy of pursuing. So ask, you know. At the end of the day, you might be surprised. You might be surprised. And Spirit has a way, man. You might be surprised. Okay, so Olaf. Okay, thank you. So now we are gonna get your charms and your letters and numbers to just end off your reading and see what maybe something resonates with you. Okay, so for your letters and numbers, the 8... Oh! Excuse me. The 8 popped out here. So with your letters and numbers, let's see here. What letters and numbers would you like to show to group 3? Oh, you didn't get much. Let's get a few more. Okay. We have R, K, S, M... Sorry. Or is that a W? That's a W. W. R, K, S, W, F, and H. And you have 3 and 2. So obviously without consonants it's very difficult to find words. So let me just see here for a moment if I happen to come upon a word that might be relevant for you. I'm hearing asking is free. F, free. Asking is free. I'm not getting any other specific messages from your letters, but the letters themselves may have meant something to you. Maybe names, surnames, initials, type of things like that. Okay. So lastly, we're going to get some charms for you to see if there are any last tidbits that you might need to, you know, you know, here might need to, whether there's anything else they want to tell you, maybe any other last information, please, that you might want to tell pile 3. You got a, where is it now? No, you're here, I hear you. Okay, so you got, sorry if the phone is shaking, you got this bell which just fell out, which always makes me think of receiving a message. You got another pink bell of the same color, receiving a message. So, very good possibility that you'll receive maybe a message in terms of, I feel like you're gonna get an energy message. Something that you may realize doesn't resonate with the amount of energy you're spending on it. You know, maybe you're gonna cut something out of your life. For your own health maybe, or for your benefit. I just feel like you're gonna cut something out of your life for your benefit. So, this makes me think that something's got you hooked. Something's got you hooked. Maybe it's this idea that has you hooked. You also have transformation with the butterfly. So because this landed in Leo, the sun is definitely making me feel like your transformation, or the transformation with this plan or scenario or goal is this plan or this goal has you hooked, and there's gonna be transformation within approaching this plan. So I'm definitely getting the idea that this goal or plan or something you were planning to do or something you truly want to do is worth pursuing. I'm getting that it's worth pursuing. So here we have this little flower, and this always makes me think of growth. And we have that in the 11th house, and that says plans and dreams, you know. The 11th house says aspiration, plans and dreams. So they're definitely saying growth is going to happen with your aspirations and your plans. So don't give up on them simply because you're afraid to ask someone to help or because you think a plan is too big. If your plan is too big, grow, you know? That rhymed. Oh my gosh, that was weird. Okay, then we have the little baby bottle, which definitely gives me Melanie Martinez vibes. But beyond that, it's telling me that this is supposed to be fun. You know, having a new plan and working on it is supposed to be fun. I feel like they're telling you to just, you're worrying too much. You're too worried about this. You know, that you're too worried about this plan. This is supposed to be, it's almost like you're not seeing the fun in it at all. They're supposed to be fun and worry balanced to a certain extent. And maybe this makes me think that maybe with your plan or idea, your ideals are strongly connected to this plan or idea or this goal. And that's maybe why you're struggling to pull someone else into it, because it's so personal. But remember, you always have the opportunity to keep something on the level of openness that you want to keep it on. If you're inviting someone into your plan or to help with your plan, you don't have to share personal aspects of it with that person to the extent in which you feel comfortable. Just share it to the extent in which you feel comfortable with the other person. This doesn't say that or mean that you have to share, your entire plan with them, or long-term goals or whatever. If you're just asking someone to help you get it off the ground, for example, you don't have to give them the whole spiel, you know? Okay, so there we have that. Then we have the locket. And with, because this is situated here, it definitely still gives me idea that there's an inharmonious aspect to asking for help. This still gives me this idea. So still hammering on that, you know. Then we have 2 buttons here. This one has a little house on it. Oh, excuse me. This one has a little house on it, and I don't know if that's, is that a, it looks like a little, what do you call those things? What's Bambi? I can't get the English word now. I can't get the English word. Oh, you guys aren't seeing it. My bad. Why am I not getting this? A deer? A deer. Is that a deer? Deers always remind me of gentleness. So I think it's just be gentle, man. Be gentle on yourself. When it comes to your plan, because I feel like maybe you're thinking still that your plan, someone else might not understand it or whatever. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. If someone doesn't understand your plan, then move on to the next person, because at the end of the day, while you're searching for someone to understand and resonate with this plan, you will still grow in the plan, and the plan will still see more light of day every time you speak about it, every time you think about it, every time you do some research or something. You're not losing time, but be gentle on yourself. You're not forced to put yourself in a scenario with someone that you know won't serve your plan or your idea or your goal, you know? This is not saying take the first person. This is saying take someone that you know will, once again we have a flower. This is once again saying growth, you know? Find someone that'll want to see your plan grow. So, that is what all... Sorry, I don't know what happened there. That is all I'm getting for you, pile 3. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope something did resonate with you, or maybe give you a little bit, a little bit of advice. Sometimes we need a little, just a pat on the back or something. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm very grateful for your presence here, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye, guys.